I call it my cheat day, but I like an untracked day. That sounds cooler.
Call it like a treat meal, because you're not cheating yourself. You're just giving yourself a surplus of calories, and you're gonna have an incredible workout the next day. Because you have more calories in your body, so you have like more energy. And my workouts the next day are like the best workouts.
That's a cool tip for even people knows if you're gonna have that treat meal.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it.
Like the day before, like you plan on doing an intense workout.
Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Yo, what up? Welcome to the Jyim Life podcast. Thanks for locking in. I am your host, Coach Jyima, and I'm here with
Amelia.
And today we're going to be talking about muscle building for women. Let's vibe out. What up?
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today.
Of course, thank you.
Appreciate you. We're going to have a short workout that we're going to do today. You know, we like to move a little bit.
Okay.
But most importantly, I invited you down because I kind of wanted to pick your brain about some of your expertise.
Okay, perfect.
So you are a NASM certified personal trainer.
Yep.
And you also compete in bodybuilding.
Yep. I did that as well.
So I'm sure there's a bunch of little tricks and techniques in order for like you to build muscle and be able to compete at the highest level. Yes. Okay. Yep. So before we go through that, we're gonna be going through a workout while we talk, but I kept it pretty light, so nothing too intense. Thank you. So I'll break that down for you, then we'll turn on the timer.
Okay, perfect.
So first, everything is gonna be 10 reps of everything. So first we're gonna have elevated lunges, so back leg up, we're down for 10. Okay. We'll do 10 on each leg. After we do 10 on each leg, we're gonna go for 10 body weight squats. Perfect. After 10 body weight squats, we'll be down for 10 push-ups. Okay. All right, after the 10 push-ups, I have the band here. We'll take the band, we'll step back, and we're gonna go for 10 rows. Perfect. All right, so we got lunges, squats, push-ups, rows. And we're gonna go through 4 times for each circuit. Okay, so I'm gonna start the clock and then we'll go through. Okay. Right? Okay, we're good. So now with the 10 reps as we go through, even if there's time left on the clock, we still keep moving. Okay. All right, so I have you start with the lunges. And I'm gonna start with the push-ups. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. So how long have you been doing these competitions?
I did 2 competitions, and then I also leaned out for a photo shoot. So I went through that whole same process of cutting weight as if I was in a show for my photo shoot.
Oh, okay. So you went through the whole process of cutting weight and getting in that kind of shape for
a photo shoot,
a photo shoot plus 2 competitions. Yeah, so they all felt equally
miserable. It's a lot of water cutting. It's a lot of cutting out carbs. Oops, I'm too far. And then like weighing your food all the time. Like I weighed everything I ate. Yeah. You can't go over in carbs. You can't go over in fat. Protein, you don't have to worry about too much. It just had to be lean, you know? Okay, I'm gonna do the push-ups.
And then you got the squats next. Then
squats.
Yeah, squats. So now with these competitions, the goal is mainly aesthetic based, correct?
Oh yeah, it's all aesthetic. So it doesn't really matter how strong you are as long as you have that muscle. But then again, to get the muscle, you have to be strong. So
right. They go hand in hand.
Yes.
It's interesting. What for you personally is the toughest place to like build muscle?
Oof. Legs, because I'm so long.
We'll go push-ups next.
Quads are really hard for me.
Oh, your quads are?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I have really long legs and a shorter glute muscle. So like glute gains are easier than it is for quads. Yeah.
Okay, so now I heard you say something about water cutting. So please explain to me the process of if you have a competition coming up in 2 months, or is that long enough? Or how long does it usually take to kind of get to the physique you want? 2 or 3 months?
I would say either 16 or 12 weeks.
16 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, so it could be 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months. What's the first thing you do as far as setting up?
The first thing you do is you start at your calorie base. So you start at the most calories you have. Now I start at 2,000, and then we slowly cut down. and like 2 weeks prior to the show, you're eating maybe 1,200 calories.
Okay, so you start off around 2,000 calories?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what are those calories made up of?
Oh, like all clean
Macro-wise?
food. So I didn't eat anything that came from a box. So anything else from the earth I'd eat. So like potatoes, rice for my carbs.
Okay.
Chicken, 90-10 lean beef.
Okay.
And Rose. And then lots of chicken, lots of egg whites. You can make like a protein pancake, oats. So anything that's natural, I would eat. Anything that's processed, I would not eat.
Okay, so super natural for the...
Everything really clean, like
really
very,
clean.
very clean.
And that's when you're around 2,000 calories?
Yeah.
Are the macros distributed in any particular way, like as far as carbs, protein,
Yeah,
fats?
we would carb cycle. So we'd have like a high carb day, low fat, high carb, low fat, and then we go like a high fat, low carb.
Okay.
And we would play around to see like what worked best for my body. And it's kind of hard to say like what works best for you. I'm trying to think.
Because the goal is when you're going through this high carb, low protein, you'd have a week that way or a day that way?
Oh, it just depends. So like you could do like high carb, low fat, and then like a high fat, low carb. So like you play around and your coach would like assess your physique and be like, you're holding water, we need to switch it up. And then sometimes if you have like a little amount of carbs, you start to go flat. So all of your, that's like why I don't recommend keto. All of your muscles go flat, and then it's just not a good look, especially for like if you're trying to be a bodybuilder, you want the muscle popping, right? So if you're so low on carbs, you're gonna just be flat and it's not gonna be aesthetic for the judges.
See, now this is why I think it's so important, because I think with every particular dimension of fitness, you can always take little tips from me.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to build muscle out there, especially for women, you don't want to cut your carbs.
Not completely, no. And I had a coach that once did that for me. We cut no carbs for 3 days. So I was just like a walking zombie for 3 days. And then when you incorporate the carbs back, then your muscle becomes like full again. And then your metabolism is so incredibly fast. And you can just like keep eating and like your body just runs through it. And then the water goes underneath the muscle and pushes it out, and it gives you like a really nice look.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it makes your stomach tight, makes your abs pop, it makes shoulders pop. And then before the shows, you see all kinds of girls doing crazy things with like bands and stuff. And then you see them doing like kickbacks because they're trying to like activate that muscle and make it look like full before they get on stage. Yeah, so that's why you see people constantly doing this backstage, is because they're trying to look like jacked, you know? They're like barely alive and they're trying to get like super big right before show.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, but that's cool though to know. So it's all right. So now you need those carbohydrates. You need everything is necessary. Carbohydrates, protein, fats. But then also what I heard is that everybody's different.
Yes.
So they may put you on something that worked for the other.
Yeah. That's why we all have our own coaches, and they look at you all day long. They're like, take a photo now. Every couple of hours they want a photo to see how you look. They're like, you're holding water, you're looking a little flat, and they like tell you, okay, I need you to eat oats and like jelly, because they want that quick sugar in your body to like kind of plump you up and make you not look as like caved in.
Yes.
Because you get really, really skinny, and so like it's just not a good look sometimes when they look emaciated. So it's like, hey, we got to fill you out. So they need you to eat carbs.
Okay, so now when you're away from competition, what's one thing you do that you take for like your healthy lifestyle?
My healthy lifestyle?
We know when competition is not exactly the most healthy, but you do get like aesthetically the way you want to be.
Yes.
So what did you learn from that you incorporate to your regular diet? And we're back around.
Oh, I eat an insane amount of protein and carbs. I eat 5 to 6 meals a day, all protein based.
Okay.
I eat so much protein. You need 1 gram per pound of body weight just to maintain.
So you do 1 gram per body weight?
Yeah, but when I was like
gram per pound?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like a man, if he's like 180, he needs to be eating at least 180 grams of protein a day to maintain, and then they eat more when they're trying to bulk and get bigger. So like adding the protein is the most important part of my diet and like fueling myself so I have really good workouts. Because if you don't eat right, you're not going to be able to lift heavy, and if you don't lift heavy, you're not going to be able to put on that muscle.
Right, so then like a huge part of it is putting the right fuel around your workout so that you're able to go as hard as you want to.
And I'm glad you said that. So I have a pre-workout meal and a post-workout meal.
Give me your pre-workout meal.
My pre-workout meal? Okay, so it's either a protein pancake or a cup of egg whites.
A protein cake?
Yeah, so.
Tell me about this. Do you make it or do you buy it?
No, I make it myself.
Okay.
It's a cup of egg whites, 40 to 60 grams of oats. I put cinnamon, I put Splenda in there. Sometimes I put spinach for micronutrients. I blend it together and then I cook it like a pancake and I flip it over.
Oh, wow. Okay,
it's actually really good.
Oats, eggs, and spinach.
Yeah, eggs, spinach, and oats. It's not bad, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. So it has, so you have your carbohydrates in there with the oats, and you have your protein in there with the eggs. Then you have some micronutrients with the spinach.
Yes, and then fresh fruit too.
And some fresh fruit.
Yeah, like apples.
Okay, so you'll have that as a pre-workout.
Yep.
And you feel good when you go to do your workout.
Oh yeah. It'll carry you through the workout, and then my post-workout meal is rice, chicken, and veggies. And like my new thing is like a salad. I eat like a bunch of greens all day long. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, and you do that even when you're not in competition.
Yeah, I still eat the same as if I was training for a show, but I eat more calories now. And every once in a while, I'll do like a treat meal. Okay. Like an untracked meal where I don't count my calories.
How often do you do that?
It used to be once a week, and now it's like one every other week because I'm not craving anything as much now. So.
You know what's so funny? I think that's important to take a note of is that when you're filling your body with enough nutrients, you don't have as many cravings.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
Because I find that even myself, I like to have, I call it my cheat day, but I like an untracked day. That sounds cooler.
Call it like a treat meal. Because you're not cheating yourself. You're just giving yourself a surplus of calories, and you're going to have an incredible workout the next day. Because you have more calories in your body, so you have like more energy. And my workouts the next day are like the best workouts.
That's a cool tip for even people knows if you're going to have that treat meal.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it.
Like the day before, like you plan on doing an intense workout.
Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so now it sounds pretty balanced before and after your workouts.
Yes.
As far as carbs, protein, fats, macros.
Push-ups get me every time. I hate push-ups so much. And I shouldn't.
Got you.
But yeah, I keep everything pretty similar. Like I know what works well for me and I know what hurts me. So like sweet potatoes, they hurt my stomach. Protein drinks, I like an egg white protein based drink. I never get stomach pain or cramps or anything.
Okay, when you have egg whites.
Yeah, so like True Nutrition has a really good egg white protein mix. And I've even seen some other brands that I'm gonna try as well.
It seems like chicken and eggs is some of your go-tos for protein.
Yes, I love chicken. I love chicken. Other proteins, if I start to notice that my body is rejecting chicken, like I get stomach aches or a bloat, then I'll go to ground turkey. Okay. Or like a lean fish, and then if I have like a high fat, low carb day, then I'll do either bison or ground beef. Okay. But it's always like 90-10. Like it's never like truly like that much fat. So, because you do have to kind of, because you know, there's per every gram of fat, that's like 9 calories. It's double like a carb or a protein. Right. So you have to be very, very cautious about your fats. Cautious about the fats, right? Because it's double the amount of calories than if you have a protein. Yeah, and you don't even realize it. Like almonds, like you should truly be eating like 28 to 30 almonds. People are eating them like potato chips. Like that's a lot of calories. Yeah, they're just like eating out of the bag, and I'm like, that's a lot. Just know it's gonna hit you. So you have to, so I'm like really like apportion everything. I meal prep. I'm a huge meal prepper. I have all like my fridge is always stocked with egg whites, with chicken, with salad, almonds. That's a good source of fat, or almond butter. That's a good source of fat. Yeah, I just like always keep myself like prepared, you know. Right. I mean, if you need to. Which is a huge thing to make a note of is that if you're going to build muscle, if your goal, if your decision, if your intention is to build muscle, you have to plan accordingly. Yeah. Because you can't just expect to go to the gym and just start lifting a bunch of weights without the appropriate meal plan around those workouts. Yeah. And that's why people don't see change. And I see it in my clients. I see it. And like I see girls work out really hard, but they're not eating enough, so they're never gonna grow. If you don't fuel yourself, you're not gonna grow. Like you can work out as much as you want and like put as much strain on your body, but if you don't sleep right, if you don't eat right, and you don't train right, like you're not gonna see an improvement. You need to be eating a lot of protein and a lot of clean, healthy food.
All those things go together.
Yeah.
All those things go together. You know what's funny you mentioned it? We had this conversation the other day about your body rejecting something after you have it too much.
Yes.
Right? So it's almost remembering as well to kind of like diversify where you're getting your macros from. Right? So it's like if I'm getting my protein only from eggs or only from chicken, at some point my body's like, ugh, I'm tired.
You're gonna get bloated, it's gonna hurt, you're gonna feel discomfort. So then switch it up. Go to ground turkey or go to fish. And then once you're like, okay, no more of that, then go back to chicken. Just like switch it up, you know?
Switching it up, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I like that.
I have to do turkey now. Yeah, chicken I ate way too much. I swear I ate chicken like 6 meals a day for like 2 years. I love it. You can put anything on it and it tastes good. Hot sauce, you can make a salad.
Anything.
Yeah, you can put anything on a chicken, I swear.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Also, too, what I'm hearing is like find foods that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna have to eat around workouts and scheduled and things like that, like find food you enjoy eating.
Yeah, make it fun. It doesn't have to be boring. Like switch up your vegetable. Like do zucchini and squash. Then do a salad. Then like make a fun salad and put different toppings in it. Like I never really got bored of anything I ate. But I'm like also like I love structure and I love doing the same thing every day. So I have the personality for it, but some people are like, if I eat chicken one more time, like I'm gonna blow my brains out. But I liked it. I didn't mind it. Use a different seasoning. Like make it fun, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you can cook chicken a bunch of different ways as well. Is there anything that you stay away from? When it's time to build muscle, you're like, you know what? This food, this treat, whatever it is, I can't have this too much because it's gonna kill my muscle building.
Everything I eat is relatively clean. I would say like be wary of protein drinks. It's better to eat your protein. Your body metabolizes it faster, and I just feel like it's not as beneficial, and I've read about it too. Your body just metabolizes it so fast and digests it so quickly, so you end up feeling less full.
Okay, so stay away from those quick protein drinks that they have. And if you have the option, always just get it from food.
Eat your and it is expensive. It's an expensive route to go because you're buying like so many chicken breasts per week. But like to eat your calories is better to drink it. And then also like I never buy a pre-made protein drink. Like I'll buy the powder because those drinks have like so much fat, so much sugar, and like you'll be reading it. And the ingredients is like, it's all crap. Like I can't read a single word of it. You don't know what it is, what's in it. So just like buy a protein powder from a reliable source where you can like read the ingredients.
Right.
Like I like 1 ingredient or less.
1 ingredient or less.
Yeah.
All right, so stay away from those pre-made protein drinks.
Yeah, I don't like them.
If you're gonna drink a quick protein, grab the powder, make it yourself, and make sure that powder doesn't have any more than 1 to 2 ingredients.
Yeah, like you can get an egg white protein powder that says just egg white. There's nothing else in it, and I'm telling you it won't taste bad. Just like put it in a blender with some ice cubes, maybe some almond milk, cinnamon, a Splenda packet or something, and it won't be gross.
It won't be gross, okay.
It won't be, I swear, I promise. It won't be bad.
You know that's important.
Keep it simple. That's what I always say. Like keep it simple. If you can't read what's in your food, you shouldn't be eating it.
Yeah. Because I mean, the regulatory restrictions are already kind of loose. So that means if they're letting it through, then it's just like, it's a lot. It's not something you want to take.
Yeah. I mean, your body's your temple. You got to treat it with respect. If you care about yourself, then you want to fuel it right. You don't want to be putting all kinds of weird hormones or like other crap in it. So just like treat yourself well, you know?
Yeah.
I diet because I like myself, not because I hate myself. It's because like I want to put good stuff in my body so I feel really good the next day.
Yes, exactly. It's more about how you feel.
Exactly.
Versus then, definitely. And where your energy is.
Yes. So like for physique, like it's all about how you look. Off season, it's all about how you feel.
I love that. Because they know you're probably putting your body through something that's so intense, you'll burn out if you're like that all year round.
Yeah, and that's why like a lot of girls sometimes they just compete once a year because they don't want to put themselves through that much strain because it is a lot. It's very intense on the body. Like you can lose your hair. A lot of girls lose their menstrual cycle, so you just have to be careful about how often you do those kind of shows.
Right, because they're intense.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure it's the stress of it as well, right? So like making sure you're monitoring your stress while you're trying to put on muscle is a big thing.
Yeah.
What's some of the benefits that you feel like just in your day-to-day as far as like strength training, building muscle? Do you feel like you have more energy, feel stronger? Like what are some of the advantages you feel?
I feel in my off season, I feel a lot better, I will say. So I'm like eating well and I track my sleep. That's how that's because that's when you're fat, like you lose your fats, when your body burns through your fat and it gains muscles in your sleep. So I try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. So like I go to bed at like the same time every night. I don't be looking at my phone. I don't eat food too close to bed because then your body's processing it and it keeps you awake at night.
Okay.
It's like I won't eat 2 hours before bed. That will help with stress management. It's like having good sleep.
Right.
It really will.
Like this is big. So now we're talking about having the right meals, having whole foods, and making sure at least you're cutting your food off 2 to 3 hours before you go. You hear it so many times, but people don't know why. And the reason why you cut off your food 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep, because that's where you burn the most fat or reduce the most fat and build the most muscle.
And your body's like digesting the food, so if you eat it too close to bed, you won't even realize it, but you're not gonna, like your mind's gonna be awake. Sean Sugar O'Malley, the fighter, would talk about that. He's like, I don't eat before I go to bed because my body is like absorbing everything, digesting it, and then I'm gonna have bad sleep. And I can track my sleep, and if I eat too close to bed, it changes your heart rate variability, and then that makes it like your resting heart rate too. Going to bed with a resting heart rate is gonna give you bad sleep if you have a high resting heart rate. So like my resting heart rate when I go to bed is like 50, which is really good. It's like insane, like 50 beats per minute. So if you go to bed and it's like 76 because you just ate food and your heart's like beating a little faster.
Because your body's still working.
It's awake, it's still awake and it's still working to process that food. You're gonna have light sleep. You're not gonna have deep sleep or REM sleep, and you're not gonna be building muscle. That's when your body builds muscles, during your REM and your deep sleep.
Wow.
Yeah. All the fun stuff.
It's like, and that's something that needs to be emphasized so much. Sleep and eating the right amount of food is necessary to building muscle.
Yes, absolutely, If you're not eating enough protein, if you're not sleeping enough at night, you're just doing yourself a disjustice. You can work out as much as you want and put in as much effort and work, but if you don't eat right and sleep right and take care of yourself on rest days, you're not gonna build.
And it helps because I think a lot of times people have this kind of image or picture of, I'm just gonna go and work super hard and go to the gym and lift a bunch of weights and push. But then you're working much harder and you're not even seeing the results if you just kind of measured everything out. Sleep, nutrition, working out, you gotta pay an equal amount of attention.
You have to like take care of yourself. Cause I used to work out 6 times a week. And I was just like, why am I not seeing any results? It's because I had crappy sleep and I wasn't counting my macros and I wasn't like in tune with my body. So I wasn't giving myself enough time to rest to build the muscle that I just tore down, you know? So like just doing myself a disservice. These are getting me.
On the last round, right? It's so light, but then when you start getting to the 4th round, you're like, oh, should I actually can't feel it.
And I did like strength training today, so I was like, ah.
That's funny.
But I love working out, so just to move my body, like, you know, I'm like, I feel blessed. I'm like, at least I can move, you know?
Oh, of course. What are some of the things, like if you're working with your women clients particularly, what are some of the things that even if they're not preparing for a competition, but they just want to build muscle to feel stronger and have more energy throughout the day, what are some of the mistakes that you see they make?
They want to do high rep, low weight, and that's not going to build muscle. You need to do less reps, heavier weight, and you need to go to failure. If you're still able to crank out like 5+ reps, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You have to lift heavy.
Okay, so specifically for building muscle, we got to get that weight.
You got to lift heavy. So like if you built the body you want, then you can do 15 reps, right? With the lower weight, because you've already achieved what you want. You already
achieved what you want. So now that high repetition, low weights is for maintenance. You're good. You don't have to push yourself.
But if you're still building, you need to be lifting heavy. And like that's what I really took seriously in my off season.
What that kind of highlights is you have to know what your goal is. So many times I think we hear this information via Instagram or the internet, and it's like, high repetitions, low weights, low repetition, high weights. People are like, well, what should I do? Well, it depends.
Yeah, it depends on your goals.
It depends on what your goal is.
Yeah.
If you're trying to build muscle and all those things and you're not there yet, then okay, you want to go heavier, lower repetitions. If you already where you want to be, then you can do the high repetitions, lower weights.
Yeah, like today in my workout, I hit a new PR. I did 205 for the hip thrust. I only did 5.
Okay.
I only did 5, but like I'm like, still building, working towards the goal. I'm like, that was fine. But like when you're starting to cut weight and lose weight, you're not going to have that strength. So that's why you're lowering the weight and doing more repetitions. So you're still constantly working that muscle. So it doesn't go away, but there's no need to be doing like 205 for hip thrust.
Right, you had 205 on hip thrust?
Yeah, today for 5. Yeah, I know. I was like, is this going up? It did, but it was hard. I was like, Jesus Christ. We get that. Felt good. Yeah.
Nice. All right, before we get out of here, there's a few things I want to ask, just so like women at home who are trying to build muscle, they can get this as like from you.
Okay.
For building your quads, what are some of your favorite exercises?
Building my quads. Okay, I like to do, this new thing I really like to do is I like to do cyclist squats.
Okay.
So I put a plate, because I always love my back heel elevated, so I'll put a plate right here. I'll grab something so it's a goblet, and then I'll slowly lower 4, 3, 2, 1, down, push up. 4, 3, 2, 1, down, push up. Because the slower you go, there's more time under tension for the muscle. So that's my favorite way to build quads right now. Yeah.
Okay. Glutes.
For glutes?
Yeah.
Oh, I love, actually, I used to love hip thrusts, but Romanian deadlifts.
Romanian deadlifts.
That's where it's at. That's what really built my glutes, is Romanian
Demonstrate
deadlifts.
a little bit of the, okay.
I like to do it all like with a 45-pound bar, and then.
So you have a full barbell, 45
yeah,
pounds?
Yeah, 45, and then like 25 to 35, depends on how many reps I do. And that's where, I'll reset it on the ground. You pull up, and then I like to keep them, just keep going, right? Just slow it down, slight pause, bring it back up. Yeah, I like to go halfway down the shin. So if I did reset it, that's when I'd hold it above the knees for 2 seconds, lift up, reset, hold it above the knees for 2 seconds, lift up.
Okay.
I like to do my workout slow. It's slow and it's painful.
I like that. So you keep it mid-range of motion, slow, and then right in that kind of midpoint, you're giving kind of like a little hold. Yeah,
I do like to do pause reps, because like I'm holding all that weight, and then I lift up. So like all of my muscles are tense and they're being worked like the entire time. And then I barely give myself a break, and then I reset, so I'm starting at 0 again. So it's just like constant tension on your body. It's hellish, but it gets the job done.
It gets the job done.
It does. It's great.
And this, we have to emphasize, this is for people who already have experience lifting, or they have a trainer with you. I know those, for some of my clients, those are the ones you can mess up real easy.
Yeah, I see people do it all the time. They like do that crazy arch and they're gonna hurt their back, and it's just, like definitely if you're doing like the traditional lifts, like squats, deadlifts, definitely have someone watch your form or be there for you, because like that's where the most injuries come from, because they have bad form, they hurt their back, and then they're out for months. You can't lift anymore. So like be smart about your workouts.
Be smart.
Yeah.
And for your back.
Yeah, for your back, especially the lower back.
Right? Like you throw that out.
Yeah, I've never damaged my back, knock on wood, because I work out like really smart and careful, and I don't do anything. Like I'm not gonna have a big head and try to lift heavy. I'm gonna find an appropriate weight, have good form the entire time, or else I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna jeopardize myself like that. I've
had so many people come in who threw out their back doing deadlifts. It's been insane.
I know. And then like I just can't work out my back. Like all I can do is like arms, and I'm like.
Like,
like you're just hurting yourself, because now you're not going to be able to work out for this amount of time because you're getting, cocky. It's like, just be smart about your workouts.
Yeah, and work your way up.
Exactly, yeah. Find a weight that's comfortable and then build from there. Yeah. It'll get easier if you just progressively overload. So just be smart about it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the tips.
Of course.
Appreciate you. I learned. I told you from the last time we went to do this episode, I'm like, yo, I got a bunch of questions.
This is gonna be fun,
cool.
So much fun. I'm so sweaty right now. Like, don't hug me. There's so much sweat on my body.